Another thing to consider when dealing with strings is that strings are immutable, which means that you cannot change an existing string. So in this example, we have the variable greeting, which contains hello world, and the programmer is trying to set the character index 0 equal to j. So essentially changing the string to jello world. But we get an error because we cannot change strings once they have been declared. So the next best thing we can do is to just create a whole new string, and then we would have to still keep the existing string. So in this example, we have the same variable with the same hello world, but now we have to create a new variable in order to change the beginning letter, to the letter J. So we would have the letter J, and then we would concatenate the original string sliced from index 1, which is E, to the end. So essentially creating Jello World in this new variable. And then we can print it, which gives us Jello World. And I'll show you another example in the text editor. So using the same example as in the slide, we have the variable greeting, which contains hello world. But let's say in this case, we want to switch the first letter to be L. We have to do at index 0. But note that this doesn't work because we cannot change strings. So if we were to try to run this, we would get an error because strings are immutable, and hence we cannot just directly change the first letter to L. And in order to do this, we would have to create a new variable. Let's say new greeting, and we take the letter L, and we concatenate the rest of the string that we want, which is hello world, without the H. So we would take the greeting and slice it from index 1 to the end. And we want to print that new greeting. So in this case, this should give us the correct output of Lelo world. So while I'm in the text editor, let me show you two additional examples for things that you can do with strings. So first, let's start with a variable called word, and let's say it contains banana. And let's also have another variable called count, which starts at 0. I'm going to create a loop, which loops through the letter, the variable word, and it loops through each letter, and I'm going to store the letter in letter. And I want to check, how many times does the letter A appear in this word? In order to do this, I can do this with the loop and the if statement. So in this loop, I'm going to check if the letter in this iteration equals A. I'm going to increase count by 1. And what this does is that it just counts. How many times does the letter A appear in banana? So if we print count, we should get 3, because the letter A appears 3 times. And we can also do this with any other letter. So if we switch this to N, we should get 2, because the letter N appears 2 times. And now let's look at one more thing that we can do with strings that I'm going to show you right now. So this is called the in operator, which is another Boolean operator. And what this does is it evaluates the true or false if this first string can be located inside of this second string. So is A in banana? Obviously, the letter A is used in banana, so this will evaluate to true. However, if we change this to the letter Z, obviously Z is not in banana anywhere, so this would evaluate to false. And we don't have to limit this first string to single letters either. We can check if the phrase nana is in banana, and that evaluates to true because it is. But if we change this to like papa, obviously the phrase papa is not in banana, so this will evaluate to false. Also, just like numbers, strings can be compared. In this if statement, we can compare if word is banana, and if it is, we will print this statement. We can also use other relational operators, like less than or greater than. And since they're not numbers, we would have to compare based on alphabetical order. So in this first if statement, if the word comes before banana in alphabetical order, we would print this statement. And if it comes after banana, we would print this statement. Or if the word just is banana, we would print this statement. So let's take a look at this example in the text editor. So here I've replicated the same example as was in the slides. And remember that words that come before in alphabetical order are considered less than, and words that come after in alphabetical order are considered greater than. So in this example, if we start off with the word being banana, the word banana is neither before or after banana in alphabetical order because they're the same word. So we should get all right bananas as a result. But now if we change the word to apple, apple comes before banana, so apple is less than banana. So this statement should be printed. And if we change word to carrot, carrot comes after banana alphabetically, so hence carrot is greater than banana. So this statement should be printed, which you can see here. And one thing to consider is that capital letters come before lowercase letters. So although these are technically the same word, because this starts with a capital letter and this one doesn't, this would be considered before in alphabetical order. So that's why this statement prints and not this last statement. Thank you for listening to today's Python lecture about strings. If you have any questions, join our Discord server, linked below. There you will have complete access to forums where KITE representatives can answer questions about concerns or confusions on exercises. Have a great rest of your day.